All right, y'all. I got a little want to make sure it's something. All right. Welcome to Watching with Styles. I want to make sure it was on YouTube because my control desk is saying otherwise, but I guess we are on there. Hey, I am dead serious. I'm dead serious. If you are offended by cussing, by colorful words, this might not be the broadcast because it might be a lot of them. Because this game on Saturday pissed me the hell off. There are a lot of little things that I can't stand for. And there's some things that I don't understand. Here is the part, y'all. So we lost that game 31-14, right? Yes, 31-14. I'm pretty sure of that score. 31-14. Okay? And if I remember correctly, they scored 17 points in under 7 minutes in the second quarter. That's ridiculous. It's a comedy of errors. So we got one fucking corner who makes a selfish fucking act. We are, when you fight your ass off on a defense and one guy makes it all about himself, it becomes a problem for me. And it's going to be a problem if I was on a team with this player. I don't give a damn how good you are. I don't care if you're a first round or a fucking undrafted free agent. You don't do that shit in this situation. So it's 3rd and 9. We fucking stop Texas inside the 10-yard line. They're going to kick a field goal. It's going to be 10. Right? But no, we want to be fake studio gangsters and get a personal foul. I don't care if the guy hit you first. I don't care if the guy hit you last. I don't care if the guy hit you 8 plays ago. Don't fucking matter. This is what I say low IQ players. It's fucking 3rd and 9 and we stop the fucking play. Have a little bit of IQ to understand that in that situation, you can't do it. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm all about certain situations taking a personal foul. I don't have any issue in certain situations. You know what? Taking that L. I really don't. I have seen it happen, and I'm not gonna say. I don't want to say I condone it, but I condone it. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, the first play of the game when I play, I did some stuff that could be a foul, just to let the opponent know that I'm gonna be here. All right. So, but in that situation, as a guy who's played a lot of snaps, you can't do that shit. So that's number one. So we gave them 4 points there. Then on the fucking kickoff, we want to do too much. So then we put the fucking offense in a bad situation and put them on the fucking 10-yard line after giving up a touchdown. That should have been a field goal. See, sometimes IQ matters. The climate of the game, the shit that was happening, we don't need that right now. So now we get the ball on the 10-yard line. Then our quarterback makes a bad pass. I'll get into that later. And their player made a fucking outstanding damn catch. Their player made a better play than our quarterback fucking up. I mean, I'm not going to. The play he made was spectacular. I'm not going to lie. That was a great diving catch. So now they get the ball inside the fucking 30. And we got him on 3rd down and long again. Yo, it is 3rd down and I know it's more than 7. And our fucking secondary can't play good technique. And they score on 3rd and long. It wasn't soft coverage. We was playing fucking man to man. And we fucking got beat because of poor technique yet again. So in the span of, I think it was 3 minutes, 2 minutes plus, they scored 14 points. And it should have been only 3. They scored 14 fucking points, and it should have been only 3. So now we go in the fucking halftime down 24-7. And the defense only gives up 7 points in the second half, and they scored 7. That's unacceptable, y'all. That's unacceptable. We are not a team. Our margin, I think I said this on the Alan Cutler show. Our margin of error is not as big as your traditional powerhouse teams. And it gets smaller when you go on the road to one of these traditional powerhouse teams. So you can't have a personal foul that gives them a first down. You can't take the fucking ball to the end zone and take it to the 10-yard line. It makes no fucking sense. Then you cannot play bad technique when you got them in 3rd and long after a turnover. It is one thing to get beat, to get out athlete. I talk about that all the time. That other team is on scholarship. I have no problem of a player being in the right position, doing his job, doing what he's coached to do, and some guy out athleting him. No problem. You would never hear me talk about, because I say this for us, a running back, receiver, etc. The first, definitely a running back. The first guy should never bring him down. I say that all the time. So when the first guy, if we're in a one-on-one situation and we make a tackle, that is an outstanding play for the defense. On defense, you want to force them to all your other brothers, and they supposed to be running to the ball. You slow them down. You make them pause, and that gives everybody, especially the big boys with their hand on the ground, give them time to come and come with bad intentions. It's hard. I don't think people understand. It is, I don't want to say impossible, but it's nearly impossible to make an open field tackle against an SEC running back. You asking a player to lock in space, not tackle in between the tackles. I'm talking about out in space. If you make an open field tackle out in space, that's a damn good play. That's exceptional. So I'm not gonna get mad at in that situation of a running back shaking you out your job, but as long as you make them pause a little bit, that's all. That's half of your job. The other job is to turn him to all your other brothers. Now, if you slow him down and turn him inside, and people should be running to the ball, and they don't get there, now the coach gonna get on their ass because it's all about leverage. But when you play bad technique and you get beat in the leverage that you're supposed to protect, that's unacceptable. It's unfucking acceptable. Again, I'm going to start this off because we 12 minutes in, and if some new people have come on, I apologize. I promise you that on this episode, it's gonna be a lot of colorful words. So if you have kids or you don't condone colorful language, this is probably not the broadcast. And I tell you, for new watchers, I go on this monologue and it could be extra long, but I'm not gonna go long today. Because I'm going to go long on these plays. Because there are some, especially defensively, there are some things you can't fucking do and go and do your own damn thing because you feel like you can. On this level, defense is 1,000% about doing your job. Trust the guy next to you that he's going to do his job. And if we all doing our job, we all filling our gaps, we all taking care of our responsibility first, we can be successful as a defense. This is an offensive game. They have the advantage in every situation, from the rules to the fact that you have to react to them. They have the advantage. So you as a defensive player has got to be on your P's and Q's every play. Not some of the plays, not most of the plays, every play. Because the play you're not on your P's and Q's, they're gonna get to the guy that fucks up. If you cannot be on your P's and Q's, tap your ass out and bring one of your other brothers that's resting on the sideline to take care of your job for that play or two until you get yourself acclimated to get back into the game. You cannot be selfish enough. There's not taking yourself out of the game because you're dead tired and cannot have your laser focus is just as selfish as I'm just gonna do whatever I want to do and I'm gonna make a play because that's what I want to do. There's layers of selfishness. If you cannot give it your all because you've given your all on the first 5 plays, tap your ass out. That's why you got to back up. I'm a go to this point. somebody, I don't know if I'm having an issue. Somebody say hey to me. Just say hey. I want to make sure my chat is working. Seems like YouTube is having problems. But if anybody's watching on Twitter, just say hey. That's all. I want to make sure the chat is working. If not, I'm gonna have to do something. Um, Thank you, Ethan. Okay, thanks, Ethan. All right, so chat is working. Um, I don't know what to say about Bush Hamden. It's hard. One thing I can say is that whole Gavin Wimsatt experiment at the beginning of the year hurt the season just as much as not playing Wilcox as much. Now, I think I understand the Wilcox thing from the things that Stoops has said to the media, and I get it. But the Gavin Wimsatt affecting the rhythm of the offense has been a problem because once we stop that I don't know what would you call it? I just call it the subbing in and out. This offensive rhythm and connectivity from play to play is starting to make more sense. But when they were bringing him in every other fucking play, it affected everything. Like I've been talking about the whole first half of the season, or first quarter of the season. Once we got all that, the rhythm of the play calling is so much better. I don't know what's the issue with Brock is. I really don't. And the thing about it is this, right? There are some things he don't see, he doesn't anticipate, or whatever the rhyme or reason is, right? And what can happen is people will blame Bush for that. But then when Cutter came in, we didn't have the same issues of not seeing certain stuff. Ethan, exactly. That's Ethan said if you got two quarterbacks, you got zero. That is exactly correct. So now, Cutter comes in, and like I said last week, he is a smoother athlete. Here's from my engineering. I'm not a biomechanical guy per se, but I truly believe that the hardwiring of the brain affects a lot. And as I said last week, the effortlessness of the movement patterns of Cutter also affects I don't want to say the stress level, the panic level. I personally believe there's an association with that with quarterbacks, and I think that is affecting Brock. Brock isn't an efficient, smooth, biomechanically efficient athlete. He's an athlete now, no doubt about it. But the fluidity of it isn't as Cutter. And with that, I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna get to the film because this film might last forever. Here's the other thing. What I want to reach. Well, I want to. My mind is scrambling right now because I'm upset. So I'm gonna talk about Brock and not Brock, but I'm gonna talk about this because I do want to address this because this is something that bothers me with coaching in high school. I am a big fan of Kurt Warner and his methodology of the quarterback position. I truly believe that, and this is just not high school, this is even middle school. I truly believe the breakdown of some of these quarterbacks goes all the way back to the fact of not understanding how to read defenses and true progressions, and also making schemes that are a true progression for me type of read. And I'm going to just go to the simple fact. You know what? Yo, I'm going here. Let me go to my whiteboard. I'm going to simple progression reads, and I'm going to the simplest of the simple. And this is when I'm talking about what makes a difference for a quarterback as they develop. So when I was in Little League, I had a great coach. I mean, outstanding. And I tell him that because he taught me the basic fundamentals. So we used to, when I was 8 years old, we used to run the simple arrow curl route. So you just think of it, curl, arrow route. Van, you're reading this guy and that guy only. If he stays there, you throw it here. If he expands, you throw it there. Those are simple reads for quarterbacks. Right? Simple read for quarterbacks. It was the same thing. We would run the other basic route. And remember, this is Little League, so it wasn't like we were running crazy routes. You would run slant, arrow. Same thing. You're putting this guy in conflict. You're putting that guy in conflict. These are just basic routes. These are routes everybody run. NFL run these routes. Then we'll run, since I had a little arm, we'll run go route and out route. We putting this guy in conflict. If he drops with the go route, you throw that out. If he hedges, you throw it over his head. Those are simple read. Now, simple read in college is more complex than that. But the ability to identify a guy that you're putting in conflict and making him determine where you're throwing the ball is that simple. I don't care if they're in cover 3, they're in cover 2, they're in cover 4, they're in cover 6, whatever they're in. You're putting a guy in conflict and you are reacting off of him. It's not what your guys are running, it's what he does. What he does is going to dictate where you throw the ball. And I believe, and so, for example, if you got that front side and they cover up, now you got a backside route. And the backside route is the same thing. You got a guy in conflict. Let's say you run that, it's another route. But a lot of backside routes when I played was digs. So now you're reading this, you're reading that linebacker, or you're reading that safety, depending on the coverage. So if you don't like it here, you come back over here and you find a guy in conflict and you throw off of that. And there's variations of that. And for me right now, I don't know. I know Brock is a coach's son, so I don't know what they ran. I'm not doing any research on it. But whatever it is, his ability to process things is hurting him. When his one read is the right read, he is pretty damn good. When his one read isn't what it needs to be for him to throw it, that's when he has problems. And I can't, in all honesty, it's hard for me to judge Bush on this. Besides the Gavin thing, because the rhythm is all off. And I know in the second half, Texas probably played, they were up 3 scores, but no, they were only up 2 at one time. They might have played a little differently, which then I'm gonna take that back. I haven't watched the second half yet in totality, so let me pause on that. Let me scratch what I'm about to say about the second half. But I can say, even with all that said, with the second half, offense still didn't score any points. Those are defensive points. We haven't scored over 20 points in fucking SEC conference game all year. That is utterly ridiculous. But it's hard for me to judge things because the play hasn't been consistent. The quarterback process hasn't been consistent. We didn't play our best running back, in my opinion, consistently. Even though DSK is a damn good running back, Wilcox just has a little bit more. Like I've been saying for the last few weeks, I wish they would put them both in the backfield more because they are both deserving of getting routes. And it can be an advantage for the offensive scheme versus the defense because defense has to stay in their base. But you have DSK that has slot receiver abilities. You put him out in space on a strong safety or linebacker, you kind of have an advantage. But this damn game is so it just pisses me off because I'm telling y'all, this game, for one thing, was much closer than what the score was. And it's not like they out-athlete us a lot. You know, when I played at Kentucky, we got out-athlete a lot. Florida just was better than us. I mean, just hands down. Florida was just better than us. Tennessee just had more dudes than us. That is flat out. There's nothing that we could have done. In this game here, we didn't get out athlete defensively. I don't think ever. I don't think there was a play defensively where their wide receiver, their running back did something that we couldn't do. That's bothersome because we fucking shot ourselves in the foot over and fucking over again with dumb shit. You can't do that on the road against probably is going to be the best team in the conference by record. They handle business next week at Texas A&M. They're going to have the best record. And y'all went down here and you take off the last 6 minutes of the second quarter, which obviously you can't. But if you scratch that out, y'all, if you scratch it out, it's a tie game. 14-14. Them last 6 minutes of the second quarter is the difference. And it wasn't even a total of 6 minutes. I guess it was because they kicked the field goal at the end. Last 6 minutes of the game was the difference of this entire game. That is just the microcosm of this season is the ability to be consistently inconsistent. Shit, man. No fucking way. Now, it's my last thing. I don't know if Stoops deserves a chance, an extra year. And I'm not sure that he does not deserve a chance to rectify this situation. This is the only bad year. I don't know when we became a program where 7 wins is not a damn good year for us. I just don't get that shit. I'm not saying that you should be happy with it, but I've never, in my time of being associated with this university, that 7 wins was looked at as a shitty ass season. For all this stuff that glorified about the air raid, I'm pretty sure the most games they won was 7. And we win 7 back-to-back years. And it's like, oh my God, we suck now. And I'm gonna say this. 2022 was not a bad year. 2022, I'm gonna keep saying this. We were 2 plays away from 9 wins. We had the touchdown against Ole Miss, call back. That was game-winning touchdown. We had a game-winning sealing interception by Keydron Smith against Vandy, and Ox got hand to the face. Those 2 games were over if it's not the penalty. Those were actual plays that happened that sealed the game, but we had a penalty that stopped it. And that was 9 wins with those two, right? If we had 9 wins, I guarantee you C-Rod and Will plays in the bowl game. I also guarantee you if we win the Ole Miss game, Will plays in the South Carolina game. So for me, 2022 was not a bad year. That was an injury. I mean, and then C-Rod missed the first fucking 4 games. Like, that was a year that we were right there. Last year, that was a down year. I'm not gonna lie, that was a down year from what could have been. And this year just sucks. But last year was not a fucking horrible year. I just don't understand that. 7 wins and 7 regular season wins. 7-win seasons are not bad for this fucking program. I would never accept people talking down on this program for 7 wins. I don't care what the next coach does. He wins 10 games every year. Made no sense. Are your expectations? Are you disappointed? Are you a little pissed off? Sure. I'm pissed right now because this year sucks. 7-win seasons are not bad seasons for this program. They're just not. All right. First play. First play I broke down in years past, since about 2017. I used to always do the first play defense. It gives you an idea of where the player's focus is defensively. This play showed, in my opinion, how locked in this team was to start this game. A team that's 4-6. They are locked in. Everybody's doing their job. That guy is covered, right? That's the coverage. That guy, covered. We're locked in. We're locked in. All right? Our linebacker has eyes on running back. Covered. We in damn good shape. Our defensive line doesn't run past the quarterback. We get pressure on the quarterback. Great move by Weaver on this left tackle. Great move by Weaver. We got pressure on quarterback. We're in good shape. Now, as I talked about earlier, we got a linebacker on a running back in space. In space. Great tackle. The first down play, we got a TFL for a 5-yard loss. We're locked in. We're ready to play. That's great all around. That's just not a one player locked in. Everybody was on it that first play. Now, second play. This is pretty good work. Now, I would like for Max to come up a little bit quicker, but here's the thing. As I said, just said earlier, I say all the time, play your leverage. He cannot get outside of you. I want you to understand, right? Right now, if Max allow him to get outside of him and run around the edge, right? This is about 17 yards from the sideline. So, Pop, if he is allowed to hit that edge, we have to run at least 10 yards further. He ain't going to beat that running back there. But because he played his leverage and made him turn inside, even though he missed the tackle, right? See, on this league, that isn't a negative to me. Now, obviously, you will want him to make the tackle, but he turned him in to his teammate who was able to make the tackle right there, right? Turn him in, allow your brother to eat. So you do your job. Your job is to come up here and set a fence so he can't run through the fence outside. Make him turn it up so everybody else run to the ball can help you out. That's the name of the game. Would you want him to make the tackle or some things he did by crossing his feet about right there? Yep, that's bad. But the job is to not allow him to hit the corner, turn him in, try to slow him down, in or make the tackle. But if you don't make the tackle, he has to turn in. Pop is running. Everybody's running. Now we're in 3rd and 12. 3rd and 11. Third and 11, y'all. When I played, it was mandatory for us to yell down the distance. So if the yard marker's on this side, this corner is supposed to look and tell everybody it's 3rd and 11. Then everybody relays 3rd and 11. 3rd and 11. Because when I played, down the distance was numero uno. You had to know down the distance. You had to know down the distance because down the distance dictates how you play the next down play. It's 3rd and 11, y'all. It's 3rd and 11, all right? Quinn brings, I can't remember, whatever number it is. He was over here. He brought him over here. He brought him over there because he wanted the motion to see if we are in man or we in zone. If someone follows him across, it's obvious we in man. If no one does and we rock and roll or we stay pat and we just expand, we just bump with the motion, then the quarterback knows we're in some type of zone. Then he has to identify if it's 2 safeties or is it 1 safety or we got nickel and then we put another guy, a 3rd guy back there, and we have more guy underneath because we probably rushing 3. There's a whole bunch of things. That's operations procedures that a quarterback will go through depending on how many safeties are deep. So he brought him over there and he motions him back across. So now he only sees 2 safeties. So now I'm going to tell you, in my estimation, he's thinking either cover 2 or cover 4 right now. Probably not cover 4 because this guy's too deep, but he could fall down and play cover 4 as trips. They could be cutting this outside guy and playing. There's a lot of things you have to think about. We're also simulating a blitz, right? And the thing about it is we got guys over their 3 receivers. So it could be a blitz. It could not be a blitz because everybody is covered. Now, if it's a blitz, the quarterback knows that he probably has him. He goes out, he's going to go with him. So when he goes and that linebacker doesn't go with him in man, he knows right now it's zone. Here's my problem. There's 2 problems. Let's talk about this guy first. We're going to talk about him first, all right? It's 1 receiver over here, right? It's 1 receiver over here. And in zone defense, you want to have 1 more than they have in a route on your side. So there's only 1 guy over here, so we need 2. We need 1, 2. In essence, there's 4 over here, right? And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's another guy over here, 5. No, this is the 5th guy right there. So we have 5. We got 5 on 4, 2 on 1. So Lovett right here knows there's only 1 guy over here. That is the guy you need to stay under. I don't care what's your underneath zone responsibility. Whatever the underneath zone responsibility is him. Quarterback is looking right at you. Shoulder turn. Once that shoulder turn, you need to buzz. Like right now. No hesitation. There's only one guy over there. His shoulder's down. His shoulder's not up. So he's not throwing deep. On top of that, deep is probably not your responsibility. You are trying to steal you're trying to rob any route. More him. Okay? Slow reaction. He still hasn't made a movement there until ball is thrown. That's a problem for me. In zone coverage, the thing you need to get is a jump on the ball. All right. Not saying he would have picked it, but that's the guy you got to be underneath. I would have played a little differently. Now this corner. They are playing man. This Max is playing man to man. I know he's playing man because on snap, his eyes gets to the receiver. That is immediate man-to-man technique. If not, his eyes will be on the quarterback, reading front hand gets off the ball, like Lovett is doing. If he was that, then it'd be a different story. All right, it's 3rd and 11, y'all. These are the things you got to think about as a corner. 3rd and 11. We have a simulated blitz. Matt, the coach Chandler, said we don't process information post-snap well at all on the back end. It's frustrating. Who you telling? It is more than frustrating. It is ridiculous. All right. So, it's 3rd and 11, y'all. If I'm the corner, we are simulating a blitz. So right now, pre-snap, I'm thinking the quarterback is thinking he's probably going to have to get the ball out a little quick. They are going to run a route that's going to get it out quick. Second thing is I'm in the backside. I'm on the single receiver side. Either they are trying to, more than likely, they're trying to single me and throw to my side. That's usually what happens. Single receiver side is just like run game. People wonder why teams run into the boundary. Sometimes, depending on the defense, they have better numbers into the boundary. They have less defenders into the boundary. A defense has to adjust to the field because you have so much room to run. If you're in trips to the field, you're probably going to bump a linebacker over, and you're going to have more people to the field than you have to the boundary. So that's why teams sometimes run into the boundary. If you to the single side and you on one of their better receivers, you got to know right now as a corner, they're probably going to throw to me. You probably, the thought process, they're probably going to try to throw for a first down marker. As a corner, and this is why I think people should play offense some. As a guy who played quarterback, I knew right now that they're not going to probably throw a 9 route because that's the lowest percentage pass in the whole game. A 9 route. It's the lowest percentage. I am praying that they throw the deep ball. The ball stays up in the air longer. There's always a margin of error. If he throws a perfect ball, I tip my cap to him. 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be a perfect ball. It's going to be either overthrown or underthrown. If it's overthrown, that means incompletion. If it's underthrown, I need to make a play on the ball. So I'm not afraid of getting beat deep. Plus, in college, you can hit a receiver while the ball's not there. All right. So right now, the sticks are the 35. I am going 1 yard past the stick. Period. I don't care how far you line up back. I'm going 1 yard. I'm stopping right there. I'm putting the brakes on right now. And I am sitting. And when he comes to me, if he closes up my cushion, I am bracing for contact. And if he wants to run a 9 route, he's going to have to fucking run through me. And if he doesn't run through me and he tries to run away from him, I'm going to slide my feet and I'm going to jam the hell out of him and foul. I'm still going to put my hands on him. I am not going to play 8 yards off and backpedal and maintain this cushion on 3rd and 11. And the worst part, he's fine now because his shoulders are square. Once he opens the gate, it's ball game. Once he opens the gate, it's ball game. It's ball game. Now, I'm also going to give credit to the passer. I want y'all to understand. This ball is thrown, right? It's out of his hands now. And that receiver still hasn't come out his break. He is just at the top of his route. Still at the top of his route. Look at where the ball is. The ball is right here. He still hasn't come out of his break yet. He comes out of his break right there, and the ball is on him. That's a damn good throw. Now, if Max would have played better technique and they caught that ball on him, dude, they're going to make plays. But the way we played it on 3rd and 11 is not a high IQ play. It's just not. 3rd and 11, you play the sticks. In the NFL, you can't play this way because you can't sit, because you touch a receiver after 5 yards, it's an illegal touch penalty and it's automatic first down. In college, we're not in the NFL yet. Take advantage of a rule that is at least gives a defensive player a chance. That's also the reason why in the NFL, a lot of teams, the majority of teams, play press coverage on the outside because you can't touch them out to 5 yards. In college, we don't have that rule. You can hit the receiver anywhere down the field as long as the wall is not in there. So use the rule to your advantage. Stop at the sticks. He didn't give an inside release or an outside release. He came straight. He lined up on the numbers. He came straight down the numbers. There's no inside release, stem you, then run out. He didn't do any of that. He just came straight and hitched up at the sticks. That's a simple ass route that should have been handled differently. And this defense balled out on the first 2 plays, had them in 3rd and 11, right where you want them, and we fucking let them off the hook. That's unacceptable. And the thing for me as a corner is I let these guys down. Because them first and the linebackers for the NLs for we put them behind the chains. They wasn't even like 3rd and 6. It's 3rd and 11. 3rd and 6 is a hard down to play as a corner. 3rd and 11 is not. Unfucking acceptable. I let these guys down because I was afraid of getting beat deep. If you're afraid of getting beat deep at the cornerback position, you should not be playing. No reason for you to have 5-yard cushion at this point in the route. There's no reason. Keep your ass square. Keep your shoulders square. Dude, this is as a DB and as now a guy who coaches the secondary, that's demoralizing. It's demoralizing because you did you won 1st and 2nd down. See, 1st and 2nd down is downs that usually are not dictated by the secondary most of the time. When you get a team in 3rd and 11, that's pretty much on the DBs because they have to throw the ball. And you got your chance to put a stamp on the fucking game in Austin, Texas, the first time in Texas, and you fucking didn't do it. Damn. No You have to. You have to try to develop a fucking football IQ. When you get to this level and definitely next, you have to develop a football IQ. You have to. If you don't, you won't be successful. You just won't. If you are an elite athlete with a football IQ, you're fucking untouchable. You like Thanos of football. When I defensively, I think of Deion Sanders. I think of just Ed Reed. I think of Rod Woodson. I think of Charles Woodson. Like all those guys, Rondé Barber, who came out with me. Like those guys are students of the game. Champ Bailey, high IQ guys who were also elite athletes, difference makers. If you don't study game, man, your chances of being successful is slim. Because the guy you're going against is probably a fucking student of the game. If you're just relying on your athletic ability, you're going to be in trouble. So now, I'm going to say this too. Not having D-Jack is also hurting this defense. It's unfortunate that we don't have, and that's every team. No team has depth at every position. It's unfortunate that the inside linebacker is a position that we don't have a lot of depth. And I know Afari is trying to fill in, and then it's a new position for him. That is tough to take the place of, in my opinion, one of the most underrated dudes in the Stoops era. I don't think D-Jack gets the amount of praise that he deserves. So losing D-Jack is hurting this process too. So, but on this situation, we got to have communication, and this is communication in the secondary is it might be more important than a damn marriage. You need to have communication in the back half. You have to. If you don't, it's going to cause this. Now, I'm going to tell you this. We got away with a lot of stuff. Now, I don't know why JQ thought that they were going to play in and out on these two receivers. I don't know why he thought that. But for some reason he thought it and left number 2, one of their better receivers, wide open. That's unacceptable. That's just bad defense. Here's the deal. For me, when we made a check and that guy came in motion, right? If whatever our check is bracket, if I didn't hear it from you, if you didn't repeat it back to me, that means you didn't hear me, and we're gonna play normal defense. I'm gonna guard my guy, you're gonna guard your guy. You gotta be able to communicate and know that the guy you said something to knows the damn adjustment. You just can't make adjustment because you just think you want to. Childress is not making an adjustment. He's open because of failure to communicate. And look, watch at the end of play. And now he's like, come on, man. No, there's no come on, man. There's no come on, man. There's no come on. If he didn't check it with you, there's no check. Gap discipline, y'all. Gap discipline. Gap discipline. Now, who has this A gap? Let me take that off. Who has this A gap, who has this B gap, who has basic contain because he goes across. All right. Who has the gaps? If this 3 technique is in the B gap, I'm pretty sure Fari doesn't have both A gaps. You gotta you gotta get in your gap now. And if your gap is A gap, you gotta get in A gap. You can't get in the wrong gap. Oh, shoot. You can't get in the wrong gap. So now we're not gap sound. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. With the motion and the cross block by that tight end, there's a lot of movement that way that can confuse somebody. But that backside A gap still is probably not your gap. If I'm guessing, and this is a educated guess. It's not a guess because you don't know. I don't know. It doesn't seem like they slanted. I'm just going to show you what should probably be the gap assignment. We got 2 3s and no A gap filler right now. I'm going to either this guy's got to fight over. Now you're asking a lot to get to the A gap. I'm thinking both linebackers have A. We have B. We have B. We have C. We have C. And we don't get there. We get into the wrong A gap and we leave a hole because that A gap's not full. That B gap is taken care of. That C gap is taken care of. But this place side A is not. And guess what happens? Guess where they're going to run? Gap soundness, man. If you're not gap sound, it's going to be a problem. Especially against the number 3 ranked team. All right. Same thing here. If Dion has B gap, all right, you cannot fucking swim over it and open up the fucking gap. Just can't. You cannot swim over, and now we have 2 guys in the same fucking gap. We got 2 guys in the same fucking gap because one guy wanted to get cute. Now, if I'm wrong, I apologize to Dion. But I'm pretty sure we ain't teaching a fucking 3 technique to fucking swim over the fucking tackle. I'm highly confident that ain't what should be done. And it opens up the big ass fucking void. And guess where they're going to run at? It's a damn good tackle by Ty Bryant, though. He squared his ass up. This is how you play the safety position. Because the worst thing, I played safety in college too. The worst thing in college is to see a running back come in a seam like that, and it's a pretty big phone booth. You would like the phone booth to be about that big. That's a pretty big phone booth. And he fucking squared him up. Yeah. And he didn't go forward. That's a damn good tackle. That's an excellent tackle. Now they went unbalanced. Tackle, tight end. This guy's probably dead because there's nobody out here. This is other thing. I know there's some high school guys maybe watching. If you have a tackle here, that means it's unbalanced. That means that this guy is dead because there's somebody over here. It looks like he's covering him up. You're not just football IQ. You got to have 7 people on the line of scrimmage. You got to have 7 on the line of scrimmage. You got 5 linemen. You got this tight end at 6. And one guy has, because there's not a guy over here, there has to be another guy on the line of scrimmage over here. And whoever's over here on the line of scrimmage means this guy right here cannot go for a route. He cannot go out on a route. So it's unbalanced. And we swim here. I don't know why we swimming. And this one, someone would have to tell me. I don't know if, I think this is Childress. Is Childress just trying to get under a potential block, or he's tackling someone who doesn't have the ball? Because watch what he does. It's a pass. I don't know where he was going at. Did he read something? That's interesting. But it's a pass. All right, as a corner in this situation, where are your teammates? If you're on the outside, all your teammates are in here. So you want to come up and approach the outside shoulder. And if you miss the tackle, make them turn this way. You don't want to make them turn that way, because from the top of the numbers to the sideline is 9 yards. He's right in the middle. He's about 13 to 14 yards from the sideline. That means these guys have to run 13 to 14 more yards to get to him. You play your leverage all the time. Force them back into your helpers. Because it's hard to make. In high school, you can pretty much make this tackle. But on this level, that guy is just as good an athlete as you. Now, we broke down and we are pretty much head up. We should have, first of all, closed this gap a little more and came in a little bit on the outside shoulder. When we missed the tackle and you miss it outside, now he's going to get more yards because Aries about to look how much further Lovett had to run. Watch. Lovett is on the hash, right? He's on the hash. A little inside the hash. If you turn him in, he probably makes 5. He probably gets tackled at the 20. But since you allow him to get outside, look how much further he gets. That's how much further Lovett had to run. He had to run 13 to 14 more yards, and he got about 12 to 13 more yards on the reception. His jacks were longer because you did not play your leverage. On this level, you have to play your leverage, y'all. You have to. If you're going to miss a tackle, miss them back to all your helpers. When he blocks down, you squeeze. This is perfect. I'm not sure who this is. Is that Matthews? Squeeze, squeeze. Look, squeeze. That is awesome. That is perfect. You cannot coach it better. See, because he can squeeze it because we have a guy that has contain if need be to pull the quarterback. Or we got guys out here for the out route. We have this pretty much in good shape because we got a guy, we got 4 on 3. We're in pretty good shape over there. So then he can squeeze because he doesn't have contain. That's a damn good play. Filbury. That's Filbury. That's all you can do. Now, he could break down a little bit better. He's got to have teammates to run with him, read the ball, turn and run. You got to empty the tank. He crossed his foot right there. And now he has no leverage. And that's a damn good running back. And he runs through the tackle. But he slows him down. And we got to run to the ball. We got to get there. Make them snap. See, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I understand some people like to play an aggressive form of defense, and you're gonna make big plays, but then you're gonna give up big plays. I'm not. I was never coached that way. I was never coached in the way of we're gonna make our big plays, but if something happens, they make a big play. No. I was coached by make them fucking snap the ball. Make them continue to snap the ball. Eventually, and this happens, we're going to get them behind the chains. Wish we got them behind the chains early. When we get them behind the chains, we can't let them out. We got to keep that foot on their throat and make them punt the ball. We had them in 3rd and 11. We didn't get off the field. So now, we made them snap the ball again. We made a tackle. It's 3rd and 2. Find a way, boys. Find a way. They went RPO. And he's reading Childress. He's reading this guy. That's who Quinn is reading. When Childress came up, it creates a window right here, and he thought he can drop it in, and that's what he did. But we had good defense, and JQ knocked the ball out. Y'all, it's 4th and 2. Listen to me. It's fucking 4th and 2 on a drive that should have been ended minutes ago on 3rd and 11. But these kids fought, man. I don't want people, and I'm all these kids are this and that, and these kids fucking fought. They got it to 4th and 2, and we didn't execute. All right, y'all, 4th and 2, you got to do your job. People who watch me a long time, I'm all about you got to keep this quarterback in this umbrella. You cannot let him out. You cannot have holes in the umbrella. You cannot have a void in the umbrella. You got to keep that thing sealed tight. And we had a void on this side of the pass rush. We had J.J. Weaver try to get pressure on the outside, and he went above the quarterback, which is a no-no. Once he got to this point, he needed to retrace and fill that void. We had a defensive lineman who's in a 3-tech, or he's actually in a 4-eye. He's in a 4. He comes inside and leaves a void. That's a no-no. Because if you take a snapshot right now, there's nobody open. The back half has done their job. There's nobody open. 0. Okay. So that's that snapshot. Now, when you start scrambling, now everything back here becomes a shit show. So in this situation, someone has to pull up the quarterback. One of these linebackers has to come get him. He's covered. One of them linebackers have to come pull him up. So right now, you got to go man to man. You got to go man. It's no more zone. You turn around and you lock on to the guy who's in your area. Unfortunately, this guy left. So we got to somehow hustle to get in there. But we're going to leave this backside guy open because we're down a guy. Because unfortunately, both our linebackers came to pull him up. In my opinion, he should have came and pulled him up, and he should have stayed in coverage. Because Afari was too far away. Afari is always, unless he's a spy. He should pull him up. He should stay locked down. Stay locked, stay locked, stay locked. It's no longer zone, people. Once he starts to scramble, now allow the receivers to fucking find voids. If you're playing zone, they will eat you up. That's why you lock on to the guy closest to you and it becomes man to man. But Lovett said, nope, it's still zone, lost track of the guy. And right when Afari was almost there, he almost got his hands on that ball, he throws to the damn tight end for a touchdown. Yeah, we did too damn much on that drive to give up that damn touchdown. Damn. Wilcox gets the start. Hallelujah. But then Wilcox didn't get a lot of carries. This is a great cut and great vision. I am pretty sure that this ball was probably supposed to go here or here. But his vision saw this hole here. This is the first play from offense, and we get 15 plus yards. You couldn't ask for more. You couldn't ask for more. Second play. We actually, in my opinion, had something if we just don't trip over our own feet. It happens, but he shouldn't have been shocked when a guy starts to come right now. He was creeping before the ball was snapped. That should have been, you should have seen it coming. Wilcox does a great job of picking it up. And if that's picked up, we get 5 yards right here. We get 5 yards here, or we get 5 yards there. Right now, 5 yards. So now it's 2nd and 5. Nope. It's going to be 2nd and 17. It's hard to play from, especially our offense. It's hard to play from way behind the chain. All right. We got to make that block. Right? And Dingle's got to make a better. Dingle's got to seal. This guy is inside of you. He's in a 5 tech. I don't think he's over you. I think he's inside you and Wood. That's a 5 tech. You should be able to seal that off. And Caddis is coming around. And we should have got that. And Dane should have been able to get that. Just doesn't happen. We get 5 yards, I think. That's not bad. 2 yards. I thought we got 5. Now, this right here, y'all. This right here was a start as I rewatched it. This was the start of me getting pissed off. Because I'm of the thought process, it's the players, not the plays. That's one thing. Second thing is, why can't we execute? Y'all, this is 3rd and 15. All right. I want y'all to understand this. Pre-snap. That's 5, 10, 12. So that's 10 yards from here to here, right? And we're another 2 yards, and he's another yard at least. He's at least 13 or 14 yards deep, the same as this guy. Look at this corner. He's deep, but we're the only people who play soft coverage. But I digress. So right now you're looking at a too high safety, right? The weaknesses of too high safeties is right in the middle and hole shots. All right, hole shot over here. Those are the quote unquote weaknesses. Okay. And with them having this linebacker up, he cannot get in this hole. Okay. Now, what else is crazy is we're in empty. So we have 4 over here. And there's no hook defender over here at all. There's nobody in that hook. There's nobody in that hook. The best thing that they can do right now is drop this guy in the hook and drop this guy in the middle hole. That's the best they can do. If on snap they don't, you know you got this hook butt naked open. Because no one's going to, he's 13 yards deep. Okay? I'm not saying they get the first down. But at least give your guy a chance. Once he went, there's no guy with a chance to get in the hook. Now he's looking right here. He sees that guy gets deep. So now we're thinking cover 3. This guy started at 12. He's backpedaling. There's nobody in, there's no one rushing. There's no one rushing. There's no one rushing. I'm sorry, it's 3-2. I forgot this is 3-2. Okay. So we have seen Quinn last drive climb the pocket, go to his left, and throw a touchdown pass, right? Why can't our guys 3rd and 15? You gotta let your receivers get some depth because we gotta get 15 yards. Why couldn't we throw the ball right there? You hear me? If he's looking this way, y'all, there's no one rushing. I want y'all to fucking get this. There's no one at his feet. There's no pressure on the quarterback. 0. He could have slid and threw right here for a fucking first down. No doubt. You cannot prove to me that he couldn't have thrown that ball. I think 12 is Farrier right there for a first down. All right? Right there. If he didn't like that side, and I like the backside more, you telling me he couldn't have thrown that ball right there. He could have led, I think that's Macklin, right here for a first down. I don't fucking get it. They're rushing 3. Why are we panicking, trying to fucking rush the ball on 3rd fucking 15? You're not making it. They in zone. You are not Vince Young. You are not Mike Vick. You are not Lamar Jackson. You're not Robert Griffin III. You're not Josh Allen. You ain't gonna make it. I've seen high school quarterbacks shuffle, and make that throw. I've seen high school quarterbacks climb the pocket and make that throw. The fucking first down is there. And you cannot tell me any other way that first down is not fucking there. It's there. It is. He has 2 options on 3rd and 15 to get himself a first down. And we see fucking Ghost. There's nobody in his feet. You can't blame this on the O-line. You can't blame this on Bush Hamden. You can't blame this on Mark Stoops. You can't blame this on Wolf. You can't blame this on nobody but the quarterback. Because it's fucking there. He got options. He's got 2 options. And he made not one. And I'm going to say this. It's not a guarantee that they make the first down, but it's a guarantee that he would have gave Coach Stoops a thought process of should we go for this? Because they would have been close enough. It would have been 4th and 2. Fuck, man. Where we think we're going to go? I'm still trying to figure out what the coverage is. I don't know. It's not quarters, because if it was quarters, he would have buzzed the flat. So it's got to be some type of, I don't know, man. So we gave up the 5 yards. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Early in the game, as a corner, I didn't mind up giving up 5 yards. If we're in cover three, the flats are uncovered, I'm gonna give up 5 yards. But I'm putting that in my memory bank, the process of the play, how fast the receiver came off the line of scrimmage, what the formation was. Did they come? If you come back to that same fucking play, the same situation, you ain't getting that fucking pass again. But the first one, it's like baseball, right? The first pitch, you like, okay, I see, okay, that's your fastball, got it. Okay, that's your off speed pitch, got it. So then when I come that third time up at bat, I figured your ass out. Pressure on the quarterback. Pressure on the quarterback, and we are slow to react. Now, I am so disappointed in this secondary. I'm so disappointed in this secondary. Because for me, it's obvious it's some type of man concept, and we are slow reacting. We were fortunate that Childress got in there and affected that throw. See that? See how he got that affected that throw. If not, that's pitch and catch for someone who just is not laser focused. Just watch him come off. And did he not know his man? He paused right there. He held up for a second. Why? Come on, man. Close the fucking gap. We was fortunate in that situation. Very fortunate. Okay. So now, just showed you a play, right? 3rd and 15. Look how calm Quinn is in the pocket. He's got a pocket just like Brock had last time. Almost identical. There's nobody open. We're doing a good job in the back half. There's nobody open. That's his first open spot. But that's a long ass throw, and you should be able to break a third of pass. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 20 plus yards from the opposite half. That's like a 30-yard throw. He's 5 yards away. He should be able to break 10 yards if it's zone. That's too scary, right? So, what Quinn does, he doesn't panic yet. He is still looking down the field, rolling to his left. Now he's like, okay, no one's open. I'm going to try to run for a first down. But look at how much. I should have put the time on Brock. I didn't. I should. I'm not going to go back. But let's put the clock on Quinn. 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds. He's like, okay, that's too fucking long. There's nobody there. You know what? I'm going back. Shit, I'm going back because I'm pissed right now. I'm highly upset, y'all. Let's see when did Brock abandon the pocket. Less than 2 seconds, y'all. Less than 2 seconds. Because he abandoned it right there. In 1.5 seconds, he said, fuck it. On 3rd and 15. Quinn Ewers was on 3rd and 5, and he stayed in the pocket 2 seconds longer. Make it make sense, man. Make it make sense. Just make it fucking make sense. And this is bullshit for Ewers and the thing. He was fucking in bounds when he got fucking hit. I'm glad the refs didn't call. I'm glad the head official went to the sideline and said, dude, that wasn't a fucking penalty. We're not fucking ready. And we shoot a gap and we need to make that tackle. But it's hard when you're not lined up and Ox are getting driven to the sideline because they're not lined up. You gotta fucking get the fucking play call in earlier. So on this one, it is actually a pretty damn good play, honestly. Because it's a tunnel screen, but it's not ran like a tunnel screen. I don't know if you would call it a delayed tunnel screen. Um, and I don't know who this is. I can't remember the defender who's out there. He thought he should go outside, and he went outside instead of pressing him from inside out, and now they got a hole. It is actually a pretty well designed play. Get them on the ground. That's all that matters. Makes them snap the ball. Good patience by the back. Our linebackers gotta fill the gap. See, this to me is the problem. You gotta trust. This is why you gotta trust your teammates. You gotta trust that this lineman is gonna secure that gap. You can't play both gaps. You gotta get in there right now. You cannot wait. You cannot play both gaps and play soft and try to make tackles. Fill your gaps. Right? If he would have went into that gap now, this guy would have came off on him earlier. Silver Josiah might have been able to make that better. Now we got to squeeze here, hit our gaps. That's too much. That's too much. It should have been like a 2 or 3 yard gain. We're in pretty damn good shape. And this has to be a pick. It has to be. It just has to be. When you play and recover as well as you did, Max, you got both hands on the ball. I mean, you got one hand on the ball. This is a pick. Now, I don't like the way you open the gate too early here, but the speed turn is immaculate. That's a long. This goes back to y'all early, right? That's 10. Let me go back to my. That's 10, 20, 30, 40. Give him 2 yards. That's 42 plus yards. A third of 42 is 12. He's closer than 12. So the rate that this ball has to be in the air and travel, he would have to throw that ball all the way over here for this receiver to have the advantage. All right? Other thing, if you're a corner and you're watching this, when you get into this situation here, you got to dig, look at the receiver. Do not look at the ball. Looking at the ball slows you down. This is your chance to catch up. If you look straight ahead, when you run the 100, you don't turn backwards if you're a track person. If you're trying to run away from anything, you dig for 3 steps, then take a peek back. If the dog is still there, dig again, run forward, then look back. Don't run looking back at the damn dog. You're going to slow down. The receiver has to look at the ball. So that's your chance to catch up because he has to look back and you don't. You just got to chase that upfield shoulder, and when you get close, then you can locate the ball. It's like a center fielder. If you're in baseball, you play center field. You hit the ball, cracks out the bat. You can tell by the sound of the ball at the bat, the launch angle, if it's going to be over my head. If it's over my head and it's been hit hard, those center fielders turn and run. And then after they take a few steps, then they look back to locate the ball. It's the same thing as a defensive back. You run, catch up, then look at the ball. From this point right here, y'all, I want to show you the ball. That's the ball. Max is all over the receiver. When you're in that shape with the ball there, this should be a pick. Look at where the ball is. It's there. And he is in great position to put both hands up and come away with an interception at Texas Stadium. Dude, I'm telling y'all, that play right there will get a NFL GM antennas up if he makes this pick. The play is exceptional in his own right. But if he right here, dude, he's in better shape than a receiver. If he climbs with both hands, that's a pick, y'all. When you're able to squat a ball easy like that, that's a pick. Put both hands up. You did too many things right to not get a pick. And a pick in that situation, y'all, changes this game a lot. It gives him swag. It gives the defense extra confidence. That would have been a humongous play for us. That's a great job by Saunders. That's this right here. Save this drive. All right? Because we're slanting and they went and we got too wide. I think that's Pop got too wide, but he does have contain and nobody's here. But Saunders falls back and makes a great ass tackle. Because if he doesn't make that tackle, y'all, there ain't nobody else there. If he doesn't retrace, that might be a touchdown. Just watch. If he doesn't retrace, this running back cut. He faked out two guys. He can hit that seam right there. With that speed, he can hit that seam right there, and these two guys might not touch him. So that's a great play by Saunders, and it got him in the fourth down. Now I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It makes no sense why Sark threw this fucking ball on fourth down. When they've been just willing and dealing on us with the run game, I have no idea why he passed it. And I know where Quinn wants to go. They trying to leak this tight end to right there. But he falls twice. He falls there. He falls once. And now he's up, and now it's too late. And he is open. I don't know why they passed on 4th and 1. I really don't. It makes no sense to me. They should have ran the ball. So there's other coaches who do things that fans don't understand. Y'all, I really think I don't think Barion Brown is your best jet sweep guy. Barion Brown, first of all, has limited wiggle. He's a straight line speed guy. Make him run go routes or post routes or over routes. There's no patience or wiggle in this. And Dingle has to get out here and touch somebody. What is he waiting on? Who is he reading? I think that's Caddis. This is a great, a lot of stuff is said about Caddis and his blocking. This is a great job reaching and logging that down defensive end. Now all he needs is down his brother to go out here and fucking go annihilate that damn corner. And then Barion Brown can turn the fuck up right here. Get out the damn way. What are you waiting on? Now you just slowed the process up. So was that a bad call play? I don't think so. And I know who else don't think Dingle did a good job. Look at his position coach. He ain't happy. Watch him. He's yelling. Watch. Look at him. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Get out the damn way. So it's not just me, y'all. Big Dog yelling at him too. Now, y'all, this is the play. Y'all, this is an outstanding play by that linebacker. For him to get all the way over on that crossing route, shit. That's the backside linebacker. That's this guy. We are going to clear out. We're on a dagger route, clear out and come in. And this guy makes the play. That, I don't know what's this scheme, but the scheme is this. So I'll tell you this. When there's one guy over here and he blocks, I'm looking this way right now because I have no one in my zone. Same thing with the corner. Even the corner's turned his shoulders. He's looking this way because if Cat is not going to go out, I'm just over here covering grass. So let me go find some work. This is so damn good. This is coaching tape. Like I said, he has no one in his zone. First thing this linebacker does, you can tell, just look at him. Let me zoom in on this. Let me see. Let me do this. Let me zoom in on this. Get a good zoom in. It's gonna be a little blurry, but let's zoom in on this, y'all. I want you to look at his helmet. The way I can tell, well, I guess I can't draw on this. Huh? Can't draw on it. All right. Well, I can't draw. So I'm just gonna So I'm just gonna put my cursor here. I can tell by the helmet. See how you can see the little discoloration with a helmet with a little white, then a little brown or whatever that color is. Watch right here, you lose it. See how you see white now, right? That's the side of his helmet. He's looking this way for some work because he has no work over here because the only receiver is blocking. Look at the corner. He's looking this way for work. He sees work. See how he's venturing over there now because he sees some work. Now he looks back at quarterback. Y'all, he goes from the hash to hash is about 17 yards. He goes, ooh, that's at least 13, 14 yards. That is very fortunate. That would have been an outstanding pick that I'm going to tell you this. No quarterback will ever see this guy. You are not expecting a backside outside linebacker to come make this play on a dagger route on the other side of the field. You would not have. That would have been, in my estimation, one of the best picks in a long time because a layout by a linebacker on its little middle of the field, that would have been outstanding. And honestly, you couldn't have said anything to Brock about that because that's not in your read pattern. He makes the right throw. And thank God he didn't throw a better ball. He would have threw it out front. This would have definitely been picked. Oh my goodness. Fucking outstanding, man. That secondary for Texas is the real deal. It's the real deal. All right, man. So, there are teams that can fool you. There are teams that can get you and do something different. And in that situation, you tip your cap to the defensive coordinator and to the players. Once we went in motion and this guy follow, you know right now they in man to man. I'll put a 2 in there. They in man to man. You know that. It's no other reason. No defense is going to have the corner travel over the majority of the time and then play zone at a position that's not a cornerback position. Now, there are some teams that this corner plays nickel and they might follow and they might play zone. It does happen on some occasion, not many. But when he went in motion, I think that's Macklin. You know they're in man. Okay? You know they're in man. You know they're in man. The only guy that's probably not man, and no problem, the only guy that's not man is this safety because of the depth that he's at. So they're in a single high, man under. Reason why you know that is because we still have two receivers backside. And they have two defenders. That defender and that defender. 2-on-2. All right? That's the only reason those two guys over there. They're in man. Single high. You should know the routes of your receivers. And they run a pick route. Oh, I can't remember this Ferrier. He's outside here. They're running a little pick route for him to go over. Why don't you fucking throw him the ball? Y'all, there's no pressure right now. You know right now, they're in man. He's running away from the receiver. Look, how many times you seen a quarterback eat a hit? Or he could have climbed up in the pocket a little bit and threw that ball over here and gave, I don't know, that Barian Brown a chance. Y'all, there is no reason why he couldn't have thrown that ball. No reason. There's no reason. But his eyes are glued on this guy. I think that's dang key. You can tell where his eyes are. And since it doesn't happen there, see, but the thing about it, right? Here's the thing. What do you read as a quarterback? You read single high safety, man to man. You read single high safety, man to man. Okay? You know what these two guys are running backside. All right? If you want to take a quick peek to make sure this guy isn't coming over, make it. But you know that you ran a screen for, you ran pick routes for this guy. He's the fastest guy on your team. Give him a fucking chance. I just don't fucking get it. There's no pressure on you. There's no pressure. You still got time to throw the ball. You got time to throw the ball right there. And this guy's actually going around you. You could have climbed up to here and threw that ball to there. Watch. Just watch. Just look, the quarterback position is a hard position, but damn. Look at that. This right here in the NFL is butt naked open. If that guy's that close in the NFL, that's butt naked open. In college, it's open. Throw that ball over here and make Barian Brown separate the run and go get it. There's nobody fucking back there. Inexcusable. We slanted. Afari, you cannot see. This is inexperience. Afari, here's the deal, man, and this is hard. This is why you gotta trust your teammates. Afari hits here, and Ty Bryant hits there. Look, you're not gonna stuff people in the run game, but you can minimize them to 3-yard carries and not 20-yard carries. You gotta hit your hole. You gotta maintain. You gotta hit your gap. That's just bad. They got a holding call. So we 1st and 20. Not bad. See, I don't like to play zone because you don't get, I don't like to play man a lot because you don't get to jump on the quarterback. When you're in zone, all eyes on quarterback, you get a jump on the quarterback. even if you have a weakness in the zone, if you play with great eyes, you can eliminate some throws. When you play man, you better get up on, you better be tighter on the receiver because you don't get a jump on the ball. That's not bad. That's played pretty well, to be honest with you. 3rd and 13. Played excellent because they lost yard. We bring in all 6. We show 6, we bring 6. And we almost got beat. Guys, I'm going to say this. Let me speak from the wide receiver standpoint. If you can get in the DB's blind spot right there, he's in the blind spot of Max. He stayed one more step in that blind spot, he's done. But I want y'all to understand, the deep ball is the hardest pass to complete. And Max got saved with this when he turned his head. I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. When he turned his head, any DB, if you're beat and the ball is underthrown a little bit, do everything in your power to turn your head, and you have a chance to not get called. Right here, he needs to widen with him. When he did this stem right there, when he stemmed him out, he needed to match his stem out. So I take that back. He took 1. He took 2 in the blind spot. Boom, boom. Now, Max does a great job of, see right now, Max he's not in phase. He's not where he's supposed. He's not on top of the receiver. He doesn't look back. He's got to close the gap. Once he closed the gap, he looks back when the receiver looks back. See that? That's the only reason why they didn't call PI. Because he looks back and the ball is over to the right. If he doesn't look back and he just runs up his back, that's a PI. That is a savvy vet move. Everything except allowing him to get in his blind spot right here, except right there, is excellent. He doesn't panic. He closed the gap. I want y'all to understand. Look at the receiver. Look how the receiver has to look back for the ball. Even he took 1, 2, then look back. But this look back slowed him down. That one. And then that one. And watch how, in this situation, how Max keeps closing the gap because he's got to look back. Then he looks back at the last moment, makes contact. That's fucking outstanding. That's outstanding. That's great DB work right there. That's good blocking, man. Good blocking. 5 yards on first down is always a win. Always a win. Uh-oh. Sorry, y'all. All right, let me show y'all something. Is that Burton or Dylan Ray? If we seal that linebacker. Oh, I think the is this the one where the nose makes the tackle? Y'all, that's so many plays. No, it's a linebacker. I thought it was. If we can get up on this linebacker and make that block, look at what's at stake. Look at the difference. Look at how big that fucking hole is, dude. This side of the line does a great job. This part of the river is sealed. We just missed that block. I don't know if that's Dylan Ray or Burton. I can't tell. That missed block, y'all. If he makes that block, look at how big that hole is. It's humongous. One block. And it wasn't a hard block to make. It wasn't the hardest block to make. I don't know why his angle was where it was. Like he tried to help Cox too much. If that nose is trying to get in that A gap, put your hand on him and then climb up the next level. If he makes it to the next level, y'all, that's a 10-yard game. It's definitely a first down. It's probably a 20-yard game at minimum. Sorry, y'all. $6 a pop, man. Ain't bad living. $6 a pop is not bad living. It's not bad living. Right? $6 a pop. It's not bad living. Wide open. Wide open. Wide open. Still open. Still open. Fuck me, man. I'm trying to see what he's reading. Ugh. I mean, I'm not going to get mad. If he throws a better ball to Dingle, Dingle's still running too. One play ain't cost us though. One play ain't cost us. Which play you talking about, Jacob? No, there's many plays. I talked about it when I started. There was a penalty. It was the taking the ball in the end zone to the 10-yard line, making the offense start at 10. There are many plays. I don't know why you say I agree, but one play ain't what cost us. I'm not sure why you say that. Now there are a shit ton of plays. Just this is one play right here. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I still like this throw better. I'm gonna be honest. I still like that throw better. But with them and man, if he relaxes and throw a good ball to Dingle, if he catches that, right? If he throws a better ball, these guys are in man to man. He might be still running. That's a miss. Now, it in this drive, it doesn't end up hurting us because on this play, is this play or the next? Yeah, this play, he makes up for it. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I said this a lot. I watch a lot of football. I have 4 games on at one time. I watch a lot of football. I pause it, I watch it, whatever. There are a lot of bad offensive lines. There are a lot of bad offensive lines in this country. But the teams that are great have a couple difference makers at the skill position that makes up for the deficiencies on the O-line. And this is case in point where your quarterback helps out your young offensive tackle who probably shouldn't be playing right now but is forced into action because of injuries. He get beat right now on an inside move and he's done. But the play call is a perfect play call for their coverage, and we get an over route behind the defense because it's kind of crazy, right? We saw play earlier where that backside linebacker came all the way across the field and made an interception almost, right? So I want you to think of the same thing with this. You got two guys, right? Barry Brown goes away. One of these guys, like the play I showed you, the guy intercepted. He had the short coming up, and you saw the corner. He was getting deep for anything coming across that side. Why didn't these guys do the same thing on this side? They're coached by the same coach. Watch what Barry Brown does. He goes across now. Why doesn't him or him get deep looking back like the guys earlier did on a play where they almost got an interception? They don't do the same thing. They get caught up in the sauce of this guy coming across and doesn't hit that one. This is an unbelievable throw and catch. Rolling to his right, and he throws a dot. You couldn't have thrown that ball better. That's like I said in my monologue. That's the problem I have. We are consistently inconsistent. That was a damn good throw. It wasn't thrown behind him. It wasn't thrown high. Didn't have to make an adjustment. It almost like he fucking walked out there and handed Maclin the ball. Why can't we? So he helped out his O lineman. He rolled to the right, kept his eyes down the field, and made a dot. Why can't we consistently do that? That's the damn question. We got to do a better job of Dingle. It's got to go to the inside shoulder, forcing to go around. If he does that, we have the shortest distance, a straight line. We have a path to the end zone that way. But since he doesn't, see that? Caddis comes and pick up that linebacker. Wood has that defensive end. We got a little bit of a wall there. If we block this guy, there's a little bit of wall to get right up in there. It's always one block. Good running by DSK though. Get us down to 3rd and 1. And their guy makes a great play. Block down, he squeezes, he eliminates. Now, if it's true RPO, right? He pulls it, and now it's 1-on-1 quarterback. Stretches him out, he stretches, and how many times you see a quarterback dip in and touchdown? Well, that's not a true RPO though. See, if that's zone read, if that's true zone read, Brock will pull it, and now he's 1-on-1 in space, and now he just got to make that guy miss. You got to win that. All right. This is a perfect call, y'all. And I want to show you the guy who's really open. He throws it to Caddis. But watch Anderson. He's wide open. And he almost put too much touch on that ball. And almost got good. He threw it high. Good catch by Caddis. And we get 7. 7 all, y'all. Second quarter. Texas Stadium. Oh, God, we almost made that. Story's got to get out that block, man. He's got to get out that block. You got to win the one-on-one. You got to win the one-on-one situation. You only got one block, and you got to win that more than not. Good job, Silver. Where's contained? Where is who has contained? Who has contained? Who has contained? We have no containment, and we're in man-to-man. Look at the defensive backs. Someone has to have contained. We got two guys in the same gap. One of these guys have to have contained. You got to be gap sound. When you're not gap sound, they do that to you. I'm not sure if he has contained or Pop has contained. But if I can't remember who that is, if Story has contained, he cannot dip under and not make that tackle. If you're gonna dip under, you gotta make the tackle. If you have contained, just watch this, y'all. I want this is something I want to get just etched in people's skull. Do your fucking job. If you have contained, take that outside leg of that lineman out and force the runner back to go there. Because if he goes there, guess who's sitting right there? Linebacker. If he blocks him, guess who's coming right there? Linebacker. But when you allow him to run outside, everybody has to run that much further. Gotta do your job. Gotta do your job. So I watched the game from this angle. And I saw the play develop. I'm like, if he's gonna throw it to this guy, it's picked. When he threw it, I'm like, that's a pick. Because Pop is right in the line of sight. Pop did one bad thing. Play at fast speed. Right there. Saw how he chatted down right on that X. He's getting back, and right there he slowed down. If he would have kept with the same velocity he departed at right here, he at least gets his hand on it. Y'all, linebackers, if there's nobody underneath you, I guarantee you there's somebody behind you. If there's nobody underneath you, keep on getting depth, because I promise you, you're gonna run into somebody. If Pop keeps getting depth, oh, I just knew that was picked. Look at it. Ah, look how close that is, y'all. That's like a foot, maybe. It might be inches. He's that close to at least knocking it down. If he keeps on, that could be a pick. That's a great throw. He layered that thing perfectly. This is, like I said, it's just inexperience at linebacker. Just inexperience at linebacker. And this is the worst one. Yep, this is the one. All right, y'all. We are slant. Oh, my bad. We are slanting the defensive line. You cannot swim on a slant because we are expecting you to have that gap. Guess where the running back goes? Where Deion swims over. That's Deion's gap. See how everybody's crossing the face? See how crossing the face, crossing the face? Deion should be crossing the face of 76, and he goes behind 78. And guess where they run? Right there. It's unacceptable, y'all. Unacceptable, man. Do your fucking job, man. Do your damn job. Stop fucking freelancing. That's pretty good work there. That's not bad. Make them snap the ball. Make them keep snapping the ball. That I'm glad to see Josiah back. I'm a Mississippi boy. I'm glad to see him back and healthy. That is good shit by him and Ox. That's good shit by everybody. 2nd and 9, y'all. Look, y'all. These boys are still fighting. 2nd and 9, y'all. Get a little pressure on the quarterback. Hand on the ball. Think that's Josiah. 3rd and 9, y'all. We're fighting our ass off. I want y'all to understand that these young men are still fighting their ass off. It's 3rd and 9. There's nobody open. Look at the picture. There's nobody open. There is nobody open in that little area. 0. 3rd and 9. Now we got pressure on him. There's nobody open. He has to throw the ball away. Y'all, it'll be 6:44, 3rd and 9. It will be 10-7. We have a numbnuts who does something ultra selfish. And they get a first. Fuck me. So then they score. And then we have our second brain cramp. We bring the ball out the end zone. We get to the fucking 10-yard line. I don't think y'all understand how this changes your play calling at this time. You can't do too many stupid things backed up basically in your end zone to start the drive. It changes everything about the play calling. Y'all, this is great blocking here. This is one I just want y'all to see. This is one, remember earlier I said if he would have made that block to get to the linebacker, this is the chance. This is the one where he does. He combos, comes off, gets to the linebacker. That's pretty good work, y'all. It's a first down. We're at the 20 now, which we should have been to start the drive. This is a forced throw, but I'm going to say this. This obviously is not his read, right? But they play a lot of man, a lot of single high man. Look at Barion Brown right there. Look at that pass. I think they wanted to exploit the linebacker with the tight end. But sometimes as a quarterback, when you go on the side and look at Barion Brown. Look at Barion Brown right there. Is he not open? Like he's running away. Right? But I'm going to say you this, though. This guy makes a fucking hellified catch, though. This catch right here is big time. Fuck, dude. He is absolutely laid out. DBs usually don't catch these. That's usually incomplete, right? That's usually incomplete. But I'm going to go with you this too. And this is why I'm befuddled with the ability to process. If they're in man and that guy jams Baron Brown, who has Macklin up the sideline if he is covering him? You can't make your mind up completely off the snap. Who has Macklin right here? See Macklin right there? Who has him? You know it's man. Who has Macklin? Who has this guy? Who has that guy? This is not the first time he's been over. But who has that guy? But this is one hellacious catch though. That's shit, dude. That's a big time catch. Just poor fucking coverage, y'all. Poor operations, poor procedures. That's just so bad. You got one guy over there. You can't look, because I gotta say this. This is my definition, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. I played with a guy. This is my definition. There are playmakers. There are guys that make plays. And we don't have enough guys that can make plays. I'll never forget Rick Smith told us that I am going to instruct you and give you the guidelines of where you should be. The great thing that Coach Smith did for me is he told me what's the strength and what the weaknesses of every defense. So he said, I'm going to tell you where you should be. I don't remember exact words. He said, I can't make you a playmaker. It is up to you to make the plays. But I'm going to tell you where you should be. But basically, he was giving you some freedom within that space to make plays, right? So, I don't know the exact scheme right now, but it seems like Ty Bryant has hook. Ty Bryant is exactly in the hook spot. If that's you want to call a hook, that is exactly where the hook is. Usually somewhere on the hash and on a college hash. Somewhere right in there. See, but a playmaker, all right, I want y'all to understand. This is 5, right? That's 5. And that's 6. All the people on the team are within this box, right? That's all 11, right? I just want to count them again. That's 5 linemen. It's 21 personnel with 2 tight ends. All 11 are right here, okay? So therefore, there's only one receiver that's going to go out to Ty Bryant's side, right? Right? There's only one guy that can threaten him in this zone. Tight end went away. So now you have only one, in my book, you have one guy to worry about. There is no hook anymore. Because there's only one guy here. Let's just say he had curl. Is he going to go all the way out here in the curl? just to guard the curl. There's no receiver out there. Yes, on paper, you should go out there in the curl. Exactly. And if you go out there, in theory, you would have made the perfect play. You would have done exactly what you were supposed to do, and you probably would get a perfect paper of an A for your game grade. But you fucking out there guarding grass. You guarding grass. Why would I go out there and play the curl when there's nobody out there? So let's just say he has the curl. The curl is usually inside of number one, right? If this is number one, the curl in the hook would be inside of number one. Since it's a reduced condensed split, the hook is not on the hash now. The hook is inside of number one. This is not the cornerback's play because he should be outside leverage of number one. So when number one, who is number two, I don't mean to confuse you, goes up the hash, Ty Bryant feels him. Why would he go past him? He shouldn't. He should feel him. He feel him here. Here's where a high IQ football player, knowing what everybody does. If that guy runs an out route, guess who he's running right into? The corner. Because he's playing his leverage. He's outside leverage. If he runs an in cutting route, he's running away from the corner. That's your fucking job. Okay, y'all, I'm going to stop. I got to stop cursing. I'm sorry. That's your job. Now, the thing about it is, as a coach, I can't coach you up on every I can't coach you up on every situation that's going to happen. You got to also be able to adapt within the game to make this play. I can't give you everything. It's impossible. There's so many different variables and situations, and I can't give you everything. That's the difference between players and playmakers. A playmaker or a guy with a high IQ will understand that's number one. So now let me stay inside of number one. I'm gonna stay inside of number one because now, see, some people say it's not Max's fault. Max is playing outside leverage. He will never make this he will never make this play. I gotta get to my radio censorship right now because I feel myself doing too much now. Good tackle. Doing your job. So, and I know he does, if he has contained and number one blocks and the corner has field replaced, so now he becomes the container. And this is a really good job by Max closing the gap. Look how far Max runs. He could have even taken another step to close the gap, squares him up, keeps his outside leverage, force him. He cannot go this way. He's got to go that way or try to run me over. Max does an outstanding job of squaring him up. That's beautiful. That's outstanding. Now this will look bad. And Childress, in all honesty, should be outside of that guy. But he tripped and he's making an attempt. What he did was that jump I'm going to show you. That jump gave Pop 1, 2, 3 more steps while this guy was in the air to close that gap. And that's why he was able to make that play. If he doesn't jump, Pop doesn't make that play. That's a 1-yard gain, y'all. And Like I'm trying to tell. Look, I know I probably coach a little differently than some of y'all coaches, high schoolers, but if you make a running back deviate, see how he had to, if you allow him to just go downhill, he might score. Watch how that running back kind of goes and then deviates back a little bit and then jumps. When he does that, that gives your other teammates time to catch up. See how he went sideways right there? He went sideways and backwards and jump. That gave this guy more than enough time to go unblock and make that tackle. This to me is not a total negative. It is, I would, if I'm grading him, I would ding him a little bit. And the only reason I would ding him is not because of missed tackle, it's because of he missed him going inside of the blocker. If he would have missed him going outside the blocker and he missed a tackle and he did the same thing, I would give him nothing. I would just say make the tackle next time, but you played your leverage and you gave your linebacker time to get over. That's outstanding. No, not outstanding. That's very good. Now we get the very bad. mm, mm, mm. Play your technique. You are inside leverage of this tight end. You're inside leverage of that tight end. Maintain your inside leverage. The easiest throw is the throw that is right here. The hardest throw is to throw it in that back corner. It's just a longer throw, more variables to make a mistake. So when you're a DB, you maintain your inside leverage. You maintain he's doing good. I would have wanted him to stop right here and not keep retreating, but he's retreating to the outside. See that? So he's retreating outside and not maintaining inside leverage. Once he lost his leverage, it's ball game. That's just bad, y'all. That's bad. That's bad. So that's your 21 points. I'm gonna show you something on this one, y'all. This is honestly why I was late. Because what I did was I spliced this play. I edited the whole first half, but I spliced this play to show to somebody else. And when I spliced it, I cut it out of the entire edit. And right when I was gonna come on, like, oh, I didn't put it back in. So that's why I was gonna miss this play because I have to show you this. So I had to put it back in and then I don't know what you call it, re-export it out. So all right, I want to show y'all something. This right here, as a runner, right here, you got to get up the field. Up the field. Either go there, and this is what an elite runner would do. He would stretch this guy out and then cut back in. Now, I'm not saying he'll be successful, but that would be the thought process. Because that's the next guy. Either I'm going to beat him, or if he can stop me, I'm going to cut back in. I'm not worried about this guy. All right. Watch what Berrien hits. Watch what he does. He goes sideways. Dude, with your speed, this is the same thing happened. Was that the Ole Miss game? Ole Miss game where I got hurt. We ran the best screen blocking we ever did. He would have kept with his speed, he might have scored. Right here. Berrien Brown, with your speed, you hit that thing right there and make him try to catch you. You don't go sideways. That's something you don't do. You don't go sideways. All right. I want you to keep an eye on this guy. That's his coach. All right. Let me put the magnifying glass on him. Just watching. Get it as big as I can. That's Coach Shorts. That's his coach. He's telling him to go up the field. Go up the field. Oh, man. He is so disgusted right now. Go up the field. Go. Come on, man. That's almost. I wish I would have put that. Come on, man. Come on. What are you doing, brother? What? Because this was not a bad call. We got our speedster out in space. We got our speedster out in space. The only missed block you have is this. That's it. Look at the outside. Look at Dingle. Block. Look at Dane Key. Block. When he hit, dude, he's going full. He's going pretty good. When he hit it right there, he should have went. He should have went right in there. Right there. But no, he gets past Dingle and goes sideways. It make it make sense, y'all. It makes no fucking. That makes no sense. Oh. I'm gonna point out. I want to show you. This is how close plays are. If Wood makes that block, right? I want you to just look at that. Watch where this has a potential going. Cox is on him. This is a guy that Wood mix, right? Cox is on him. There's a right there. There's a spot, y'all. You just got this. We're not executing. Now, there's no one open on this play. I'm not. There's no. I wouldn't have thrown that ball either. Now the defense gotta find a way. Gotta find a will, find a way. You can't retreat, Childress. You gotta make. We at the end of this half, y'all. We gotta do a better job. A little better job of holding fort, holding water, being understanding the system, understanding. Look, because see, this is the stuff that I'm gonna tell you something. For me, this is my philosophy, because this is the DB coach right here, watching. Come on, man, settle down, play your. Be confident and play your technique. There's nothing I can say. I tell my guys how I want them to play it. This is how I will play it. This is what I think will work. But in the game, you gotta allow your guys the ability to play how they feel comfortable within the framework of what you want them to do. They can't just do whatever they want to do, but they gotta play within the framework. I want y'all to look at this one. This is what I've been asking for. Watch the corner. He sits, jams. Dude, that is done. I'm not asking for some crazy technique. You can do it. Jam him. It's done. It's Ixnay. Why can't we do that all the time? Why can't we do that all the time? Instead of being apprehensive and scared that someone's gonna beat us, if he is in your wingspan, you should be able to hit him and knock him off the route. The great thing about it, not only do you knock him off the route, You knock them off the time. And this was a double move, and we were fortunate. That's a great recovery by JQ. Now we got him at 3rd and 2. And we get off the field on 3rd and 2, right? Not so much. Not what should have happened. I want y'all to understand that we're in man. Did I get this from the beginning? Look at Childress. He's pointing. They are communicating. Who has who? We're in man. Look, Pop comes up and press the point. He's pressed the tight end because that's who he has. He has man. I want y'all to see this. There's 4 guys going out on the route. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We're in man. Okay? Watch those guys guard their man. Right? If they're in man, he needs to be in man. Guess what he does? He's not in man. Guess who's wide open? The guy who he should be in man. And that should be a first down. But fortunately, Quinn doesn't see it. He throws to the wrong guy, and we get off the field with just a field goal. We are very fortunate. That could have been worse than 21-7. So, y'all, for over 1.5 of this quarter, we played Texas to 7-7 time. The last 6 minutes and some less than 7 minutes, they scored 17 points. That's the game. 6 minutes and 40-some seconds of football determined the entire game. And all of those were mental mistakes. And Texas guy made a great interception. Mental mistakes. At worst, this game should have been 13-7. 13-7 going to halftime feels really good. Then 24-7. 13-7 with a defense that gave up 2 field goals in the red zone. I mean, we gave them 4 with the penalty. And let's say we do the same thing, right? We do the same thing, take the ball out, get the interception. We had them in 3rd and long. If we play our technique and they kick another field goal, it's 13-7. That's what's frustrating. All right, y'all. I'm out. I'm proud of myself. I did this under 3 hours. I just knew this was going to be a 3-hour session. I'm letting y'all go in 2.5 hours. Y'all use all this free time to do your homework for tomorrow. All right. I'll see y'all tomorrow. And tomorrow is the Cutter Bowley show. So see y'all tomorrow. Same time, same station. And bring your popcorn for Cutter Bowley.